Greetings. Welcome to the Eighth Wonder. Today's episode: one new rail stock added to my $16,000 Robinhood portfolio, which is Canadian Pacific Railway. Let's get into it. Currently, the market's closed. It's Thursday, so I'm in California. Closed about 2 hours ago. I'm a long-term investor, so I'm not concerned with the live 1 day, 1 week, 3 month, 1 year. I'm all about the all. So if you're a day trader, swing trader, I'm a long-term investor, so I always look at the entire portfolio from beginning to that dot till now, up here. That's where you want to be at. Higher than yesterday. So, and if not, well, I got a strategy that will alleviate all that stress. So here it is. Currently, I'm gonna go over my portfolio. I have 9 monthly paying dividends, which are these 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total assets that I have under management. I have 193 assets under management. I have 6 cryptocurrencies. I'll go over those real quick. So those are my 9 monthly paying dividends from Google. That's my highest, and they're all listed from highest to lowest. So I'm gonna go all the way down. Then it goes all the way down to $1. So $1 to 1,000 is the ranges where I have my assets that I've bought. So as you can see, all the way down to 38 cents. Cryptocurrencies. Here are my 6. I have 1 Litecoin. You get 1 Litecoin, $54. High warning for these. If this is money that you can able to test the market with. That's what I call it, testing the market. So this is, I have currently in cryptocurrency about $150 spread across all these 6 different cryptocurrencies, but it's $150 that I'm with. It's testing the market, so it's not going to affect me at all. So if it grows, I mean, so be it. Cool. It's just, this is just testing. So forewarn you guys, this is only testing. So this is not like real how I'm investing in stocks. So this is, the cryptocurrencies is something that I'm just testing the market to see how it moves, because I do believe in the blockchain and the way. What caught my attention about cryptocurrencies, I know all the hype, but the more that I look at it through Robinhood, because I remember the experience having to go through and just to have some ownership in cryptocurrency is, they'll right off the bat they'll take like 50% off for like transfer fees and all that other shit. So it's, I mean, I experienced it and I was like, holy shit. So this is just something for, I mean, Robinhood, to me, is the truth. You know, when they came out, the platform is simple to use. It's kind of like video like. That's the kind of style that I like growing up in the 80s. So I saw the whole internet come from, I saw the birth of it. So to what it is now, like an adult. So I mean, it's running around crazy. It's got a dark web. You know, the dark web is this ego. So to the internet. So that's all. I mean, it's like the internet just transformed into an actual person. But back to these cryptos, it's just something in the future that, another thing too, as you can see, the market's closed, but okay, I moved the numbers that time, but you'll see my portfolio, it'll see 73.73. See where it goes next. 0.69. See, so it's moving, and that's due. So my portfolio never sleeps. You know, even because I have cryptocurrencies injected into it. Like when you have stocks, stocks are Monday through Friday. So they work a 9 to 5. In cryptocurrencies, it's 24/7. So I just like to It's just something about investing in them just gives me a different edge over how investors are really looking at the market. I mean, a lot of investors not even looking at physical precious metals, um, the index funds, ETFs. It's just such a broad spectrum. I can't wait to formulate my book that I have out, so I can break down the actual entire global stock market and how I invest and how I break down things simplify them. So back to these cryptocurrencies. So I have one Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. I have a fraction. You can get one Bitcoin Cash for about $200. Ethereum also got a fraction of Ethereum, and you can get one Ethereum for 176. Now, if I was to look at nice cryptocurrencies, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, those are your money those are like the 3Ms, the McDonald's, the Disneys for cryptocurrencies, the way I'm looking at it. And then Litecoin, that's $50. Now, if you really want to jump into the game, let me go through this. Bitcoin, I have a fraction, and for one Bitcoin is 8,000. Ethereum Classic, I have 11 Ethereum Classics, and then Dogecoin, I have 4,940. So if you want to experiment with the market, I mean, you really want to just test the waters, go with the Dogecoin. Get 100 of these, and it's probably like $1. Like for $1, you're gonna get a lot of Dogecoin, and just hold on to it just to get the feel of it. And then once you start feeling, feeling some type of way, go to the Ethereum Classic. And then once you get the Ethereum Classic, go up to the Litecoin. And then once you're up to the Litecoin, then you just work your way up into Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash. This Bitcoin SV, it's fairly new. It's kind of like Uber, how Uber came out, and what was the Zillow? No, I think it was just Uber and Lyft, but it just feels like a Uber to me. It's probably worthwhile, but it's just too early in the game to say. And if I see it drop Bitcoin SV about $50, I might grab one. I might, because just because it comes from Bitcoin. It has Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin SV, so they all grouped in. They come from the same mother. So just like Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, those are like brothers and sisters. And then Litecoin and Dogecoin, they got separate parents. So different parents, I should say. Not even separate, but different. So that's cryptocurrencies. And then watch list. Yeah, that's a whole nother episode with the watch list. So let's jump into it. Canadian Pacific Railway. I don't want to go to, because the way I might have to do they I think they organize it, because I didn't. No, they didn't. No, so I'm gonna go over the newest edition, which is PA, ticker symbol. No, PA. Why did it give me? I want to grab that Union Pacific, but I'm not there yet. Union Pacific, no. Pacific. Oh, CP. Got that one. CP. Okay, here's my newest edition, Canadian Pacific Railway. So, like in the game of Monopoly, I finally clamped down and got me a railroad company. So, Canadian at that. Oh, been around since like 1881. So, okay, as you can see the graph, I usually go to the 5. I go to the 5 year, and it's on an upward trend. As you can see, you can get one share of Canadian Pacific Railway for about $200. 59% buy. 135 people own this stock. About Canadian Pacific Railway Ltd. Engages in the provision of rail service. It offers rail and intermodal transportation services. It also transports bulk commodities, merchandise, freight, and intermodal traffic. The company was founded in 1881 and is headquartered in Calgary, Canada. So, I mean, if this isn't, don't sleep on these railway companies. I mean, it's not just cannabis in those nice banks coming out of Canada, but they got a nice railway system up there that they're heavily invested into. Current CEO is Keith Edward Creel. Employees 12,770. Headquarters Calgary, Alberta. Founded in 1881. Market cap 30.16 billion. PE ratio 17.48. Dividend yield 1.09. So we'll go into NASDAQ to look at the dividend history on that. Analysis ratings: buy 59%, hold 37%, sell 4%. So let's look at the we're going to dive into NASDAQ. Okay, this is NASDAQ. Oh, and I also own a share of NASDAQ. If you guys don't have NASDAQ, you can buy a share of NASDAQ. Okay, this is Canadian Pacific Railway dividend history. So I'm going to go, and they've been paying out, well, this goes back to 2013, and it started out from 35 cents. It pays every 3 months, and then now we're in 2019, and they're at 63 cents. So they pay every 3 months, 63 cents for this stock. Okay, let's dive a little deeper. Let's go see what Wakiti is up to. Just gonna read a little history on these guys. Interesting. Canadian Pacific Railway. The Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, also known formally as CP Rail, reporting mark CPCOOMILW between 1968 and 1996, and known as simply Canadian Pacific, is a historic Canadian Class 1 railroad incorporated in 1881. The railroad is owned by Canadian Pacific Railway Limited, which began operations as legal owner in a corporate restructuring in 2001. Headquartered in Calgary, Alberta, it owns approximately 20,000 kilometers, which is equivalent to 12,500 miles of track across Canada and into the United States, stretching from Montreal to Vancouver and as far north as Edmonton. Its rail network also serves Minneapolis, St. Paul, excuse me, Milwaukee, Detroit, Chicago, and New York City in the United States. The railway was first built between Eastern Canada and British Columbia between 1881 and 1885, connecting the Ottawa Valley and Georgian Bay area lines built earlier, fulfilling a promise extended to British Columbia when it entered Confederation in 1871. It was Canada's first transcontinental railway, but no longer reaches the Atlantic coast, primarily a freight railway. The CPR was for decades the only practical means of long-distance passenger transport in most regions of Canada, and was instrumental in the settlement and development of Western Canada. The CPR became one of the largest and most powerful companies in Canada, a position it held as late as 1975. Its primary passenger services were eliminated in 1986, and after being assumed by Via Rail Canada in 1978, a beaver was chosen as the railway's logo in honor of Sir Donald A. Smith, first Baron Strathcona and Mount Royal, who had risen from factor to governor of the Hudson Bay Company over a lengthy career in the beaver fur trade. Smith was a principal financier of the CPR, staking much of his personal wealth in 1885. He drove the last spike to complete the transcontinental line. The company acquired two American lines in 2009. The Dakota, lived in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Eastern Railroad, and the Iowa, Chicago, and Eastern Railroad. The track of the IC&E was at one time part of CP subsidiary Soul Line and predecessor line, the Milwaukee Road. The combined DME/ICE system spanned North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nebraska, and Iowa, as well as two short stretches into two other states, which included a line to Kansas City, Missouri, and a line to Chicago, Illinois, and regulatory approval to build a line into the Powder River Basin of Wyoming. It is publicly traded on both the Toronto Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol CP. Its U.S. headquarters are in Minneapolis. So there you have it. Wow, that was interesting. I don't know if you can see this this map over here. I'll post a map right here of the Canadian Pacific System map. So as you can see up here. Okay, so that'll do it for this episode for Canadian Pacific Railway. So welcome to the family. And then to next Tuesday, let me see what we got for next Tuesday. Oh, next Tuesday is Honeywell. So, welcome to the family, Honeywell. So, we'll be talking about Honeywell. I'll go over their dividend history, what they pay, and also the little background information on them. So, until then, peace. I'm out of here.